What's up with it, y'all? Polo Sports Talking ENT. Here again with another one. Hit the like, sub, comment, notifications, do all that good stuff, man. Uh, I know a lot of people are probably in their personal feelings about this list. Me, I'm not really in my personal feelings about this because I understand what takes place in voting this sort of thing. But you know, the obvious one that I think a lot of people are in uproar about is uh, appreciate it. Then number one, then number two, and then number three. And today on Undisputed, uh, they posed the question that if LeBron gets his fifth ring, will that will that make him the GOAT? And then also there were many feelings about some of the players that were ranked, and I'm talking about top 10. All right, I'm not speaking of the other uh, the other beyond the top 10 or whatnot. You know, this is always going to be a question. It's going to be a question of whether it's who's the GOAT or who should be the top number one player or which player is better than who, all this other stuff. That's gonna go on to the end of time. It's gonna go on to the end of time. Uh, I don't have any. I don't have any problem uh, with the list. Um, okay, let's go through everything because I think some people were offended that Kobe Bryant was was ranked as low as he should have been. Okay, uh, there's many people that feel like Kareem is number one. Okay, of course, there's many people that feel like MJ is number one. I know there's a lot of people that feel that Wilt Chamberlain should have been ranked higher. You know, but to me, it's really what you're basing everything, what you're basing everything on. It's really what you're basing everything on. But the main thing that people are in the uproar about is the MJ LeBron thing. Listen, I'm gonna be real with y'all. I have I have several people that have came to me and said that LeBron LeBron is already greater than MJ. Okay, I'm not surprised by that. I have family members that feel that LeBron is better than MJ. Sorry about that, y'all. I fell out. Sorry about that. Um, what I was saying is that they got, of course, MJ number one, LeBron number two, uh, Kareem is number three, Magic number four, Wilt number five, Bill Russell number six, Kobe number seven, Bird uh, number eight, nine, uh, Tim Duncan, and 10 is Shaq, in that order. What's up with it, Herman? I see you in the building. You know, if we're talking about, like, you're ranking it from a, okay, you said the list is cool, you can't knock it. Hey, that's your opinion. What's up, Theo B? Yeah, and I knew a lot of people, the real basketball heads, was gonna show up. I knew it. But I don't have it. I don't have it. Because the reason why is because I actually build a team when I'm building everything. And see, the thing about it is the reason why I don't really get off into comparing a guy like, uh the reason why I don't get off in comparing a guy like Kareem to Jordan is simply because they play two different positions, or comparing Wilt to Jordan, or comparing Isaiah to Jordan. You know what I'm saying? Like, they play different positions, and then also you have to look at the fact that each position for each era was different too. For instance, Isaiah, ranking like Isaiah, or comparing Isaiah to Steve Nash, that that wouldn't be, it would be a fair comparison if you're looking at it from a positional standpoint, but in terms of the era, because they played in a different era, and then that's when you started to see the influx of point guards starting to really be the scoring type, or even comparing a LeBron to Michael Jordan. Now, if you want to go in terms of competitiveness and determination and uh, clear cut, uh, clutch gene and stuff like that, then yeah, that's comparable. But I've always said this: they played two totally different styles of game. So that's why, like, I never. You see a lot of people getting personal. Well, he is better than Michael Jordan. He is better. I never said it, and that's your opinion. Listen, there's a lot of, and before I let Herm go, let me say this too. There's a lot of people, like, especially in my family members, that I've said before, that they have some people that you wouldn't even expect above Michael Jordan. I have a cousin. I have a cousin. He's older than me, clear cut older than. I'm talking about real older. He feels that Dr. J was better than everybody, and that was because he saw Dr. J. And then on top of that, he saw him on TV, saw him when he was young and everything, in the ABA and everything. So that's just a clear cut example. And then he also brings up the fact about, okay, well, they didn't have the type of technology, stuff like that. It's a fair argument. And we're not even going to talk about Jordan. There's many people that feel like Kareem, like Isaiah Thomas, and see another thing. This is what offended me. I think this is the only thing that offends me, Herman. And I'm gonna let you go. I think the only thing that offends me is that Isaiah was not on that list. You know what I'm saying? But hey, that's what they want. That's who they chose. I can't do anything about it. I'm not gonna be personal. I ain't gonna run my blood pressure up talking about this or getting personal about this. But Herm, you got the flow. What's up with it, man? Hadn't heard from you in a minute.
Oh yeah, what's good, my brother? Hey, I'm gonna run my blood pressure up, man. Zeke, Isaiah Thomas, he's a top 20 player of all time. Really, arguably could be a top 15. Maybe could be above that, honestly. Man, Isaiah Thomas should be on that list. It's a travesty. It's a shame. And I think when it comes to Isaiah, I think it's all personal with Isaiah. I don't think they analyze it. I don't think they analyze it with basketball sense. They just analyze him because they don't like him personally. You know what I'm saying? Like even Michael Jordan, he tell you he hate Isaiah, but guess what? Guess what Jordan would tell you? That's the second greatest point guard to ever play the game behind Magic Johnson. Second greatest point guard of Michael Jordan would tell you that in a heartbeat. He'll tell you he hate him, but he'll tell you that he respect his game and he respect his greatness. And it's a travesty. It's a shame how they treat Isaiah Thomas, man. It's like he'll never get his just due in the game of basketball like he should. And and I think players need to speak out about it, even though the list don't determine everything. But at the same time, just a simple fact like you can't have a fucking list without having Isaiah Thomas on it. You know what I'm saying? And like we ranking these players as currently playing now too highly. Well, LeBron he toward the end of his career, so I can understand that aspect. Like the Kevin Durant's, the Steph Curry's of the world, and all that. It's too early to try to, especially to rank them that high, because it's a lot of things that both of those players per se got to prove. Steph Curry, you need to at least get one Finals MVP. Kevin Durant, you need to show the ability to lead the team. You need to show the ability to lead the team. So, with that being said, those guys shouldn't be ranked as high as they are. Kevin Durant shouldn't be over no goddamn Akeem Olajuwon or no damn Dr. J or same thing with Steph Curry. It shouldn't be over those guys. But I mean, it always gonna be controversy when it comes to the list. And I'm gonna just give people the aspect of it's very hard to come up with a list of 75 all-time great players anyway, because it's gonna take a lot of time, it's gonna take a lot of analysis, and you really to make it a good list, you really gotta be a basketball mind. You really gotta be somebody that truly loves the game and studied every damn decade or every damn century of basketball to really understand how to create those lists. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people get offended when I say certain things about it. Like when guys will tell me, "Well, Kawhi is a top five small forward." Okay, it's a lot of other guys I could put in front of him. Do I think if healthy? Oh, Kawhi Leonard, top two player in the game, and arguably, if he stay healthy his whole career, he probably be a top three small forward when it's all said and done. Because he got that old school mentality that we love. But when I generalize everything the right way, it's a lot of other cats I could put in front of him, to be honest. Same thing with Curry. It's quite a few point guards I could put in front of him all time if I really truly analyze it the right way. Same thing with KD. So Polo, it just crazy. It's always gonna be controversial unless you get a real deal basketball aficionado to real deal take their time to break down the game and analyze it the right way. That's my take on it, bro.
Nah, you're exactly right. And anybody that has played the game, and I'm talking about see some people see this is the thing. This is the thing, her. A lot of individuals they look down on guys that just made it to college or they didn't make it to the NBA or They might have made it. They might have made it to a certain point, and they just started coaching. Some people look down on guys that play high school, but you can't really look down on anybody that has played on any level, especially like when you talk about high school, because you don't know what type of situation that person might have went through. For instance, I I respect a guy that would bring up his list and say, okay, well, this guy is a, this is my list or something like that, and he might have been like the best in high school, but because of an injury that might have taken place, that might have set him back, or in because I'm talking about when you talk about aficionados and everything. So,
Yeah.
like, okay, I'll take Herm's uh, point of view into consideration just as much as I'll take a guy like Larry Bird or a guy like Magic or a guy like Isaiah. I'll take it just at the same level for the simple fact is that they actually been on there. Now, if you want to look at the level in terms of okay, well, he played in the NBA and you didn't, a lot of people would do that silly stuff. But there's very few people that could even step foot on the court anyways. A lot of these guys that's getting on here, they ain't never worked out before. They've never been on the court before. Man, the closest thing to the court that they've been on is 2K a lot. And so they
Yep.
take this
Yep.
stuff, they take these video games, and then they apply it to a real life, and they're like, yeah, and they use that. Me personally, Herm, even though I disagree with you in terms of where you got Magic and where you got Isaiah. You already know that. It's no surprise.
Oh yeah.
But but the reason why why I got Isaiah up there is because I have Isaiah as a better true point guard. But if you want to look in terms of the pizzazz and in terms of the impact and in terms of, I guess you could say charisma too. It was magic, but in terms of just handle, skill, all around skill, being able to do more with less. And then on top of that, the fact that he was the actual size of a point guard that needed to be, but he was still undersized and still being able to control a whole team without having a whole bunch of Hall of Famers on the squad besides Joe Dumars and Dennis Rodman, who at that time wasn't a Hall of Famer. I mean, I give it to Isaiah. And on top of that, the league was so against the bad boys Pistons. But believe it or not, that was the league. There were a lot of people that were for the Pistons, but the media won't tell you that. There's a lot of people that love the bad boy Piston style. There's a lot of people that love the Los Angeles Lakers style, the Showtime style. Me personally, when I'm gonna let you speak on it too, Herm. When I was growing up, I enjoyed the uh, the Showtime style, believe it or not, because it was up and down, all that other stuff. But then I got older, Herm, and I said, wait a minute, that ruggedness that ruggedness was going on in the NBA on almost every team, especially when you look at the Eastern Conference. But
Yeah.
nobody talked about it and nobody marketed it except around the Bad Boys Pistons during that time. And now
Cause
that's why some
Milwaukee,
people look
Milwaukee,
down on it.
yeah,
Go ahead,
Milwaukee
bro.
was just as physical as Detroit. Milwaukee was whooping your ass too when you was on that court in the '80s. People don't realize that how physical the Milwaukee Bucks really was too. But before it was with Isaiah, I'm gonna say this: imagine if Isaiah was the same height as Magic Johnson, and when you do compare skill for skill, Isaiah Thomas would trump that boy easy. Isaiah do got a better handle, do got a better jumper. I can't say finish at the rim because Magic Johnson shit, he played center for crying out loud and won a championship playing center. But the
Oh yeah.
only reason people would put on a piece where people would put Magic over Isaiah, though, to me, because in
Hmm.
his first 10 seasons in the NBA, this nigga made it to 9 finals in his first 10 years.
Hmm.
Nobody never done that. Nobody never done it. In your first 10 years in the league, you made it to the NBA Finals 9 times at your first 10 years. Came in as a rookie and won. You know,
And,
just off of
and
that little
Herm,
shit, that'd be the
Herm,
reason.
Herm, I hate to cut you off on this, but I had to ask you something. Listen, to me, is it me? I know people think I'm crazy for saying some shit like that. You probably gonna think I'm crazy for saying this shit too. You know who does Lamelo remind you of Magic?
Hey, hell yeah. When I think about it, hell yeah.
Could think about it. Lamelo, they getting on this dude about shooting and all this other stuff. But people don't realize. Guess what he shot at the end of the year? Herman, he
I
shot
think he shot. Yeah, that's what I was gonna
thirty-five
say.
point six percent. His field goal was 43.6. He shot better than
Better than.
Magic.
Yep, yep. And LaMelo impact for the Hornets. If he didn't get that wrist injury, the Hornets probably would have been like a top 5 or 6 team in the East last season if he didn't get hurt.
Mm-hmm.
That's how
Exactly.
that's how great his impact was. So I agree with you, man.
Right.
Shout out to Herman the fanboy killer, man.
Yeah, I was like,
Hey
I was like, man, we got two Hermans up in here.
shout out to
I
him
was like, man,
too.
is that your double? Is that Herman's troll? But I know Herman, fanboy killer, done been on here before. So
Yeah, I
shout out
think
to
that's
him.
a mirror. I think that's a mirror head, man.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah, but
yeah.
I feel you on that Isaiah thing, and I always understood that. But I look at the politics side of it, and I look at the aspect of what the impact matcher brought right away. That's the only
Mm-hmm.
reason. But other than that, you
Right,
just going off of skill. Oh, Isaiah's skilled, more skilled than Magic Johnson, and
right.
I totally agree with that.
I mean,
But
but yeah, Lamelo. Oh, go ahead. You got it, bro.
yeah, but I was gonna say, Herman the fanboy killer asked you where they got Kawhi ranked that on the list.
He's not on there. He's not. He's not up that high. And then on top of that, even though Kawhi will be a Hall of Famer, and I love Kawhi's game when he's healthy. But the thing about it is, his health is going to diminish further. On top of that, as much as I love Kawhi, you got to think about it. Four surgeries in the last 5 years. His knees are deteriorating. He could barely stay on the floor. When he's healthy, make no mistake about it, Kawhi is top three in the league. Arguably, or some people had him as number one, and I don't look at it as no top uh, uh, what you call it, two-way player and none of that other stuff because I feel like if 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 you're gonna say two-way player, then you would have been talking about a bulk of the players in the '80s and a bulk of the players in the '90s. You were supposed to play both ends of the floor, so cut out all that two-way player stuff like that. But Kawhi, yeah, Kawhi, he easily could be if healthy. And I'm gonna tell you like this, huh? If he was healthy this season, the Clippers had a real good chance. I don't want people getting in the uproar there, but they would have had a real good chance. It'd be silly for anybody to say because I think you with the Clippers, if I'm not mistaken, it would have been asinine for you to sit up there and say, "Oh well, we didn't need Kawhi or anything like that." Nah, you could have used Kawhi.
Yeah, I'm not a Clippers fan, but I picked the only reason I said that I picked the Clippers because I didn't see the Phoenix Suns beating the Clippers, but bad coaching by Ty Lue led to the Phoenix Suns winning that series. But I felt that Kawhi was healthy though. Kawhi Leonard and the Clippers would have won their first championship in franchise history this past season. They would have beat the Milwaukee Bucks, in my opinion, if Kawhi Leonard was on the court. So I want niggas to understand when I critique Kawhi and when I rank him, I'm not hating on him because I know when he's healthy, he's a bad motherfucker. And I'd say he top 2 in the game when healthy. But the fact that he low manages and the fact that he does get hurt for the most part when his team need him the most, how can I rank him over certain players? And that's why I be trying to tell the Polo, but a lot of niggas be a lot of the Kawhi fans, they've been going crazy on me lately, man. Cause I said that like I told her I can't put Kawhi as a top five small forward of all time. And I can't put Kawhi as a top 20 player of all time. I can't do it. Due to the
Right.
fact that he has to load manage because of his injuries. And also his injuries took him out a lot of games as well. So I
But
can't
he
put
had
him over. Yeah, go ahead, bro.
no. I didn't mean to cut you out. But to your point though, he does have something on his resume that see a lot of people they bring up this argument, the fact that he has a finals, he's got two finals MVP and Steph Curry doesn't, even though he has a unanimous MVP. But then they'll bring up the argument that Steph Curry had the unanimous MVP. So it's so many variables to that argument.
Yeah, yeah, and yeah, there's too many variables to that argument. But when it comes to all-time small forwards, Polo, you probably can attest to this. You probably know more greater small forwards than what I know. But I personally, a nigga told me last night that Kawhi
Mm.
Leonard is a head above shoulders Dr. J. Told me that he's better than Elgin Baylor and John Havlicek. And I even told the motherfucker really if you rank it all time, I really can't put him over Rick Barry if I want to be honest about it. Cause
Right,
the Warriors should not have beat the Washington Bullets with Wes Unseld and Elvin Hayes. But
right, right, right.
Rick Barry was so great, shit. He overcame this shit and
And
won.
they never talk about him.
Yeah, they never talk about it.
They
And he
they rarely
played.
talk about him. They don't talk about Rick Barry. They don't talk about Kangaroo Kid. They don't talk about Jerry West. And he's the logo.
Yeah, the fucking logo.
He's the logo.
They
But the fact,
crazy.
but you know
They
what? You know why they excoriate him, no Herman, is because he got. I think he had the most final losses in history.
yeah. I think he lost 9 times. I think he lost nine
Mhm.
in his whole career. But you gotta look at who we had to go through. When you go against a team, they got a 6 man and John Havlicek that could come in and average
Mhm.
30 or average 20 any given night. God damn, how can you beat a team like that when that 6 man averaging just as much as somebody in the starting five? That's how
Right,
good
right, right,
John Havlicek was. And like that's why I was
right.
telling somebody last night, I can't put Kawhi over John Havlicek because John Havlicek as a 6 man numbers are better than Kawhi Leonard as a 6 man.
Yeah,
So how can I do that? And he won Finals MVP coming off the bench.
yeah.
Them niggas-
That's
Come
true.
on, man.
Man,
Come
Herm
on,
coming with that logic.
man.
he, come- he said, "Man, look, I'm finna barbecue you Memphis style." But see, look, I'm gonna tell. See, the thing about it, that, like, some people actually went crazy because Charles Barkley was not on that list or whatever. And I'm like, well, they got Tim Duncan like number 9, but people don't understand that Tim Duncan he has five rings as well. And then some people were upset that Kobe wasn't up there higher and everything. But like I'm looking at it like, okay, is that emotional bias, or do you really feel like Kobe for what he did should be in the top, like number 4 or number 3 or something like that? Some people feel like
Yeah.
MJ should be number 1, then Kobe number 2, but they
We
made this
can't we
narrative
can't
though.
put Kobe Bryant. We can't put Kobe number two. I love Kobe, but we can't put him number two though. I love
But
him though.
what they posed that question though, Herm, today on Undisputed about if LeBron gets that 5th ring. And look, before I say this, Herm, and let me let everybody know this. Don't call it no Mickey Mouse Championship. Don't call it no Chipmunk Championship. Don't call it no Disney World Championship. Don't call it no Cinderella Find a Fella Championship. Don't call it no goddamn me Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs championship, nigga. Don't call it no motherfucking Robin Hood championship. None of that shit, nigga. They won the fucking championship. Get over it, okay? They don't need to be no asterisk and none of that shit. They won fair and square. But
Facts.
many people are like, okay, look, if LeBron go ahead and get this fifth ring, they feel like, okay, he's gonna eclipse Jordan. Well, Kobe already got a fifth ring. What
Yep.
you think? What you think about that? What you think about that, Herm? Because we got to discuss that.
Hey, Kobe fans got a right to have a gripe about and feel like shit. If that's the case, Kobe should be ranked over LeBron right now. And I understand why they would say that if they're trying to catapult LeBron over Jordan with 5 rings, right? Then catapult Kobe to have 5 rings because he ended up passing Jordan at the end of his career with overall points and all that. But I understand why Kobe fans would be in an uproar over that. For us LeBron fans, at the end of the day, I think the only way y'all LeBron fans can have an argument, LeBron James would need to make it even and be 666 for him to even have an argument to even try to say that you could put him at number one. I don't think that you could put him at number one with just because he win one more ring. Because in all actuality, the niggas that should win the championship this year, it should be either the Lakers or the Brooklyn Nets. This should be one of those teams in Brooklyn. And just to shoot a quick shot to them, I don't give a damn if Kyrie don't play due to the NBA got their rules and got this shit going on against him. But Kevin Durant and James Harden, the motherfuckers still should win the championship with these other two. So I don't want to hear any excuses from y'all. Wait, what? Y'all messing my
Hey,
boy.
shout out to Luda. You crazy, Herm. Shout out to Luda Ryder, man. Go subscribe to Luda Ryder, man. Luda Ryder, man. Hop in here if you can, man. No, because
Hell
I know
yeah,
you
hop
got a big
in.
thing.
Yeah, hop in, Lou. Theo B, come on, Theo B, because you know we
Yeah,
want to know
Theo
what your
V.
nigga had.
Theo V feels, and you said Kobe is 5-2 in the finals, and I know that some people are bringing that up too because of the 4-6 in the finals and everything like that. But some people don't really they don't really take that into consideration or whatever. Um, this is another thing that's a key point too. Huh. Like, okay, you remember? I don't know if you heard the stream the other day. It was me, James, wait what, and I think Scrub Zero was on the line on the stream, and we were talking about point guards and everything, right? And
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna let Luda Ryder go after Herman when I say this, but I brought up DJ Dennis Johnson, God rest his soul. But see,
Oh man.
they'll look at a guy like DJ and they'll look at his point total, and they'll look at his assist total and all this stuff, and they're like, oh man, he wasn't nothing, and da 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 da, not realizing that this guy,
Man, they don't know
he,
Polo. They don't
they,
know.
yeah, they don't. Hold,
Without Dennis
hold it,
Johnson, Boston would not win no
hold,
championships. I'm sorry. His defense was something else.
right, yeah. If it wasn't for his defense in '79 winning with the Supersonics when he was at his prime, because he came in and had to fill the void for an injured what you call. So that's what I'm saying. Like, they'll look at that and they'll be like, oh well, such and such was way better than him, not realizing that his impact was so great, but he has something on his resume that a lot of people don't have, which is a Finals MVP. Andre Iguodala could go to sleep at night, Luda Ryder and Herm, and say, that feels so good. I have a Finals MVP.
Like they don't understand Polo. Dennis
Yeah.
Johnson did more than play defense. He managed the game. He remember that year they called Magic Treasure Johnson? Because Dennis Johnson was kind of messing with him that whole series. So they don't
And
understand
plus,
how
and
great
plus,
of a
Dennis
player.
Johnson, yeah, DJ knew how to pick his spots. He could score 20 a game if he wanted to, but he knew how to pick his spots and knew when to take over and knew when to be aggressive. That's what made him special. He knew when to go ahead.
It's a
All right,
damn
I see.
shame. You know what, Herm? It's a damn shame he never got a chance to be NBA head coach. I think he would have been one of the greats.
Yeah, yeah. But I'm with
Yeah,
Polo about the Isaiah Thomas shit. I think it's a travesty. I think it's a shame. I think players need to call out USA Today about this shit. They need to do all that because Isaiah Thomas should be on every man's basketball list. I don't give a fuck. He should be on every basketball aficionado all-time great list. And if a point, and it should be no point guard ahead of him unless it's only Magic Johnson. That's the only exception I make. But other than that, there should be no other motherfucking point guard ranked above Isaiah Zeke Thomas, man. I feel you on that, Polo.
yeah. That Luda Ryder keeps. Lou,
In and
you in?
out.
Yeah, you in and out. I guess it's the network, but
Y'all heard me?
what do you got about the list, Lou? How do you feel about it? I got Herm take on it, but how do you feel about the list in general?
With my honest opinion, Polo, some of those guys who are not playing no more should be on that list. But if you are still playing in the league and still laying the groundwork for your career, you should not be on that list by now. I'm just saying, like, wait till their career's over with before you make a top 10 list, a top 5 list. That's why I don't do. I always wait till the guy's career's over before I make my top 5 list. Cause that's what I do. Like, I got a problem with this list, but I'm like, LeBron's still playing the game, and when he retires, then I say make a list, make all his accomplishments and all that with it. But
Because you gotta look at it like this, Herm and Lou. There's many people. I'm gonna say two things. There's many people feel like the top 50 should be reconstructed now, or just added on another 50, and then on top of that, uh, I know everybody brings this up too. I brought it up numerous times about Dominique Wilkins not being in that top 50.
man, they don't understand how good a player
Dominique should
Dominique.
be in the top 50. Dom- Yeah, Dominique should be in the top 50 because he got made a mediocre franchise. Shit. And the only team kicking their ass was goddamn Boston. They had to go to Boston. They had to that a few times.
You
But
breaking up
Boston
just a little
always
bit,
blew them
huh?
away. But Atlanta, I'm saying Atlanta had teams, but Dominique was so dominant. He punished every time he faced Larry Bird. He punished Larry Bird every time. Every time. Yes, Bird scored 30 right back on, but Dominique will punish Larry Bird. Like his way was. That's how he made Atlanta Hawks a relevant franchise. He made them relevant. What more can you ask for a franchise player? You want them to make your franchise relevant. Dominique did that. But you can't tell me a small market team, especially at the time when the Atlanta Hawks can recruit the same type of players that the all-time great teams in the 80s had. They want to go compete with Philly and Boston. Y'all got to be real about this shit. He wasn't going to be able to compete with the Detroit Pistons or the Milwaukee Bucks in the 80s. So y'all got to be real. He really was in the disadvantage. He didn't get to play with all-time greats like everybody else had. I got to put this
Oh
shit
yeah.
into perspective for y'all. What you say, Lou? What you say, bro?
I said it is on. I just got some news about Sunday's game. Get the 49ers and the Cardinals.
What happened now?
Trey Lance is going to be starting.
Shit, they need to move on for Jimmy G. Sorry.
Hey,
Like
see,
when I lose Sunday, I cannot wait to see this.
who you talking about, Lou?
Trey Lance.
Oh, Trey
Trey Lance.
Lance.
When
Man,
I
y'all been
lose,
waiting on that. Man, y'all been rooting for Garoppolo to fail, man. That's what I told. Shout out to Matt Moses.
it ain't
That's
like
what I
it,
was telling
Polo.
Matt Moses.
It ain't like it, Polo. It just
Whatever, man. I ain't heard Lou laugh like this in a while.
when
Hey,
sometimes Jimmy's like up and down, man. Like
Hey, don't
sometimes
hey Herm, don't Lou sound like he got a smile on his face.
I know we cheesing right now. Hey, the porn star
Oh,
gone
you a
now,
49ers
man.
fan too, Lou? I mean Herm.
Yeah, I'm a 49ers fan too. Hey,
Oh
we ain't got
man, look at this, man.
we ain't got
Look what I done
we,
started, man.
it's like
we ain't
it's
got
how it
nothing to
is,
worry
Polo,
about.
man.
We ain't got nothing to worry about no more,
Jimmy
man.
can be up and down. Sometimes he be look great. Sometimes you a poor man quarterback. Like Trey
Hey,
Lance,
but Lou,
when Trey
can't
Lance in there, you don't know what you gonna get. He can probably rush for 1,000 yards, throw for 300 yards. He got the arm talent. He put you put him.
hey, but
I
with Jimmy
mean, I
G,
know
man,
y'all.
he can't. Jimmy G, I never believed in him from the start. Honestly, though, I didn't want us to get
Even at the Patriots, huh?
because you got even with the Patriots because you got to look at it. Shit, Bill Belichick made Matt Castle like an All Pro when Tom Brady got hurt when they went 11-5. He made Tom Brady. He made Matt Castle like an All Pro. Matt Castle got that money. You seen he wasn't really shit from the start. So that's how I looked at it. I was like, shit, you gotta remember, shit, the Patriots were even winning with that third string with Bruce said.
Hmm. Yeah, they and they're not going nowhere this season. You know what I'm saying? Mac Jones, this is just going to be a learning experience for him. But I I tell you what, the team that I am most that's really deadly that I don't think a lot of people are really looking at. One is last night the Rams, they went ahead of their race shot against Seattle. I don't think Seattle's gonna do anything because they got their
I'm not surprised by that win. I knew we were gonna win that game. That's why I put it on them.
Yeah, but see, let me ask you then. Okay, Lou, since you saying that, and Herm, let me ask you then. I'm gonna put y'all feet to the fire then. Do you think that Stafford is an MVP candidate? Because some people don't. They don't think so because of the defense that's upholding.
I'm gonna wait till
Man,
like
I
week
wouldn't
10 to
make.
answer
I
that.
wouldn't make. I wouldn't make Stafford. I wouldn't make Stafford the MVP candidate.
Really,
I
Polo,
wouldn't
you
say yeah.
really Polo, you see who's the real MVP after week 10 to me.
Hmm.
Because
I got Herbert. I got Herbert in there. I got Rodgers. And listen, I've been critical of Rodgers. Rodgers is doing his thing. Rodgers is really balling.
He
I
won the
got Lamar
MVP
Jackson
again.
in. Yeah, he he's doing his thing, and I got Jackson in there. I don't care what nobody say. Jackson has improved. Lamar Jackson, he's outplaying Mahomes right now, especially under 2 minutes.
But
wow,
what he gonna do in
and
the
who
playoffs?
said that? Who
What he
said
gonna do
that's
in the
gonna happen?
playoffs though?
Polo, who said that was gonna
Uh,
happen? What I say about that?
I know. Herm, I don't think he was on there that day. I don't think he was on there that
No.
day. But what's his name? Wade Wood was he was riding for him. I got to give. Y'all was riding for Jackson.
I still don't believe in Lamar Jackson because fuck he's a great regular season quarterback. What he gonna do in the playoffs? He get exposed all the
Nah,
time in the
man.
playoffs.
That dude is playing. He messed up. I mean, I'm not gonna really say that was his fault, but he was doing good against Oakland up until that they poked the ball away or whatever, and then he had that little set up until then he was still playing a great game, and that was his only turnover, I think. Or did he have an intercept? I don't think he ain't threw an interception.
It's polo. It's like this. Before you pick an MVP, before you pick the teams who are going to win, you gotta look at their schedule first. If their schedule look kind of weak, that means they gonna have a better chance to win the MVP and go to playoffs. I looked at Baltimore schedule. Their schedule was weak. Look at Pittsburgh and look. And I still don't believe in Cleveland. I still don't
Man,
believe in Cleveland.
nah. Hey, look. The only reason you saying that, Lou, is because of what you cited a couple months ago, when we was talking about Baker Mayfield. They're saying that the defense and the run is holding him, but Baker Mayfield, okay, yeah, he played a little subpar and everything, but they still 3-1. Dwayne Lawrence, Derek Carr. I don't have Derek Carr in there. He had to show up. He needed to show up in that game, and I still don't trust Derek Carr. He's a great.
It's like his polo. They beat the Vikings 14-7, but you cannot only score 14 points when you play Baltimore
Yeah.
because once Baltimore get going, there's no stopping them with
Hey,
their
I
running
got, I
game.
got, I got,
Because
I gotta go off. I gotta call my
everybody
son,
thought
man. I gotta call my son, man. See what the hell he doing.
What'd you say, huh?
everybody like remember
So I'm
remember
finna
her.
get off. I gotta call my son. Gotta call my son. See where the hell he at.
Okay, all right, brother, man. Hey, you already got a place here, man. Thanks for pulling up, though, Herman. Appreciate you, bro.
Thank you, bro. Anytime. All right, salute to you, Lou.
No
Salute,
doubt.
huh?
Go ahead, Lou.
Like everybody thought that Baltimore was gonna not be playoff ready because they had lost their running backs. And look at these veteran running backs who had came in and boosted some offense more. You got Murray, you got Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah.
Like with Murray, you gave Lamar Jackson a bowling ball back there.
Salute, Marco. No, well, look. Okay, so who do you have as an MVP candidate this year? Because a lot of people they giving me hell about. Listen,
We
one could
only
argue.
we're only in week 5 for low. I'm waiting till week 10 to say who's gonna
See
be the
what? Yeah, yeah, it's still early in the season. Yeah, I can respect that. I can respect that. Because the tables are going to turn. And see, another thing is that as much as they want to give hell to as far as Jameis Winston, Jameis Winston playing way better. He's playing way better, man. You got to give it to Jameis Winston. Jameis Winston has really came in with a new focus, man, with the Saints.
And you see everybody pumping up the Buffalo Bills because they went on this little mini winning streak. I'm like,
Uh
hold
huh.
up, pump the brakes now. They still got to play a couple more games.
Right.
Like the team that disappointed me right now is Tennessee. Cause
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, because of the moves that they made, right? But Julio Jones is he's doing somewhat okay though. He's doing a solid job. Shoot, it
like
really should be the Jacksonville Jaguars. And man, what you think about that situation that went on with Urban Meyer? Man, I never got your. How you feel about that situation, Lou?
he's a grown man who love lap dances. Like he's a grown man. What he ain't supposed to get no lap dance as a head coach. He ain't supposed to go out to the club, nothing like that. Too. Maybe his wife ain't giving him enough lap dances home. Like, well,
Yeah, I knew you was gonna say that.
it's just like a Bill Clinton situation. Hillary wasn't taking care of the job, so Monica stepped in. Like I've never been married. I've never been married. I've never been married in my life, but I'm gonna
Uh-huh.
expect my wife to at least still please me after 20 and 30 years.
Uh-huh.
And like I would do my part in the marriage as long as she do her part in the marriage. It's a 50-50 thing.
But like I was telling, I told Two this earlier, Lou. I said, man, we gotta keep the same energy uh for uh for what you did. We gotta keep the same energy for these other guys that have been caught up in the past, like the offensive lineman coach that was with Miami. He was snorting lines on social media with a stripper and everything, but they don't make a big deal about that or whatever. And I said this. I said, man, these guys, this has been going on. This is not nothing new. Having strippers, luring strippers to get guys to come to the school when it came to Louisville and other schools that just hadn't got caught, and coaches going out and doing their thing. Coaches are human beings just like the players. You know.
Polo, he don't want to be there no more. He trying to get himself fired.
Yeah, hey, you know what, Lou? I was gonna say the same. You really think that's what it is? Because they 0-4 right now.
Yeah, that's what it is. He trying to get himself fired. So when he does it, because if he quit, the fans in the NFL will maybe not give him another chance to be a head coach. He gonna
Right.
go back. He gonna get fired. Go back to college for about a couple more
I don't
years.
think it.
Go back.
I don't think they're gonna let him back into college. Luke, man, his legacy has been tarnished, bro.
They gonna let him back in because when teams get different enough, they gonna try everything to win. Because he had his track record in college is good as a winning coach, and he's one of the only people who can beat Nick Saban in college.
Yeah, hey, Lou. Marco Hinton brought up a good point. They said that Urban has to earn his respect again. That's facts right there, though. That that's real talk, man. People don't respect Urban Meyer like he was in the beginning when he was with the Ohio State, or even when he was with Florida.
But look where it came from, Polo,
Okay,
Florida.
The USC job. You know who I think he should because Tulsa got blown out. Tulsa got beat by U of H. I think a good place for him would possibly to start over would be somewhere like Tulsa, because Tulsa got what's the name, Larry Brooks, who I think is an NFL safety already. What you think about that, Lou?
You think Tulsa should hire the head? You think USC should hire the head coach of Tulsa?
No, 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 no. I was saying like if Urban Meyer's gonna come back, he should go to a place like a program like a Tulsa who who's struggling right now, but they got a lot of talent on there, especially their defense, man. They got a secondary, but they coaching is bad. Or some like Miami. Miami, you thought
I'm gonna
Miami
break,
was
I'm gonna
coming
break down.
in there.
Polo, I'm breaking down to you like this. It's gonna be Miami, Nebraska, USC, or Florida State. Those are four dudes they're gonna probably hire Urban Meyer
Hmm.
because Nebraska is gonna fire their coach because he ain't doing great there. Miami gonna fire their coach because Miami held this up to a high standard, and Florida State is just waiting to fire that coach.
Yeah, that what Miami came in. Shoot, they came in to set the tone. They had a chance, and I know that they were put it against the fire in Alabama and everything, but they had a chance to really show. Okay, look, we for real this year, and they was ranked 14. They had a chance, but they failed. They
It's
failed
like
to,
this. If
to do it.
everybody goes to Miami, they're gonna be ranked in the top 10 right away.
You
And
know,
plus, the ACC needs Miami to be great in that on that side of the conference. Because you got Clemson on one side, and on the other side, ain't no other great team.
right?
So if we go to Miami, it's gonna probably end up costing Miami at least ten to $15 million.
We got S Young. We got S Young in the building, man. Sterling Young in here, man. Welcome to the show, man.
Thank you, thank you.
What's up
Plus,
with it, man? What you
we
got? We
need,
was originally we talking. We was on football. I don't know if you've been listening, but now we. I mean, we was on basketball. But now we on football. But the original topic was the list that came out for USA Today. Lou said that he got Wilt Chamberlain number 1 and
Mm-hmm.
I
everything.
never
But
said that.
Mm-hmm.
nah, let me stop, man.
I'm
How
always
you feel about this list, man?
Some like some players were too high, some players were too low.
I'm
Like
waiting for it. I'm already waiting for what Young gonna say. I already know what he gonna say.
so
Go ahead. I'm just waiting.
some too high like the LeBron. I don't think he should be number one. To be honest, I don't feel like I saw as like Durant and Curry. I feel like the list was too high a little. Um, but the others I was cool. But the others I was cool with. Just those particular things. No, if like
What? I can't believe it. I'm about to go out and go drink. He didn't get emotional about Kobe.
Kobe. Oh, you want to talk about Kobe? That too low.
Yeah, see, there you go.
you know,
See,
you
Lou.
know, not having, you know what, that whole COVID thing is all about. That
Yeah,
whole Colorado incident.
I feel like Kobe should be number six. Right there, like number six. No, but I feel like number six, Magic be five, and um, Bill be four. Then Wilt be number one, and I
Hold
put
on, hold on. You
on
think
a
Magic
bit,
should be five?
huh?
You think Magic should be five? I think he should be at least four.
Yeah, I wouldn't be
Four
mad
or
about it.
three.
Yeah, but I feel like number one, I feel like it's either Kareem or Jordan. But I feel like LeBron should be like I put LeBron around like seven, like around top 7 and 8. You know, people say no. I know people will be like, "Why would you put him there?" I said longevity wise. He's top notch up there. But
I feel like this, young. If you still playing, you should not be on that list right now.
right,
You should wait till that career is over with before you make that top 10 list.
yeah. That's what I feel like. Though putting Curry in the top, putting Curry um putting Curry and KD on the top 15, top 15s. I would disagree on that one. Whoever made that list.
They talk about
Okay,
LeBron.
hold on, fellas. I gotta address this guy real quick. Okay, look, you Herman the fanboy killer. You want to know about Shake Milton? Shake Milton. He averaged 23.32 minutes. That's gonna go up. You know why? Because he shot 35% from the floor. You got to also take into consideration he shot 43% the year before that, and on top of that, he was 49.4% from from field goal. No. I'm sorry about that. He was at 45% from field goal. His minutes are going to go up. We got Cork Mines, and you see the brilliant job that we did last night. Now this is only preseason, but the thing about it is that with Maxi, see you didn't watch it, Herman, but I know Lou did, and I know the Young did. If you look at Maxi and you look at Shake Milton, they feed so good off of each other. So that's going to be something to watch. So that what's it called? Shake Milton's minutes are going to go up, especially with Ben Simmons, with the whole Ben Simmons thing going on, and we got Danny Green back in there, and Danny Green loves to catch and shoot.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead though. My bad. I had to address that.
I mean, that's what I had to say. I feel like some of the lists is, like I said, some of the list of the players, whoever made it, like some of it was too high, very too high, some were very too low. You know, I feel like that need to be. That's why I feel like that need to be fixed. Like putting putting like Kevin Durant over Oscar Robertson. Putting Kevin Durant over Oscar Robertson. Hakeem Malone, and they really like mess with that list. So yeah.
Yeah, Ben Simmons about to be traded.
Like the trade.
Ben Simmons about to be traded to Indiana anyway. They already built. They already making cap place for his ass. I say about next week he's gonna be traded. So he's gonna go to Siberia and die. So
no, I don't know, but yeah, but Blue, you heard about what happened?
what?
About the A players on.
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, big baby. Yeah, better not drop the soap in prison. He gonna be in that yard singing that Peter Griffin song. My mistake bring our boy to the yard.
It was. I mean, when I saw the name,
Somebody gonna be next.
some of the players I was shocked of, like seeing Tony Allen there. That was shocking. No, and Darius Miles was there. I was mad at Darius Miles. I was like, he has a TV podcast. I'm like, he has a podcast show. I'm like,
I'm just saying, some of these players probably didn't know what they wouldn't do doing anything wrong. Because one guy can tell you what it is, and if you don't really understand what he's doing to you, and when you get involved in something like that, and they saying it's a criminal case, you had no idea what was going on. They can lump you into all those people.
and then you got one player, Terrence Williams, saying that he's the ringleader, saying that he's a ringleader. But I feel like maybe it's time we consider retirement pension, like for professional athletes and things like this wouldn't happen.
They do got a retirement pension.
They do.
Yeah, every sport does that. Every sport does. But it's not enough money in the retirement pension.
But I feel like this making a big deal out of nothing. They are actually nothing. Like they are actually going to prison for the action, or they just going to.
Okay.
I don't get it. Is they going to jail or they going to have to pay for the money?
No, if they get prostituted, they go into prison for 20 years, 20 to 25 years.
Hey,
And if you
hey,
snitch,
if you was in prison, that'd be cool. You got like NBA players you see coming to going to
no, if you're in prison, they gonna think, boy, you got a pretty mouth on you. What can it do?
I mean, for Glenn, but I think they gonna respect some players. They gonna respect guys like Tony Allen. Tony Allen might
But
get
you
respect.
gonna see guys who gonna get good attorneys, who gonna probably get
Some of
probably
them
gonna
don't have. Some of them will not. All of them will not have good attorneys. I feel like
like we're hoping that none of them have to go do prison time, but the main person who been organizing this whole thing may have to do prison time. Like you may see some guys try to get a deal like 2 to 3 years, 10 years, something like that.
hmm. And mind you, like I was shocked too, like because Tony Allen's about to get his job, his numbers retired from the Grizzlies. And then,
Yeah, that ain't gonna happen.
like that damn, it was like oof. And then yeah, basketball wise, one of the girls from basketball wise, she got arrested for fraud. It's like it's nuts. Like you know, and that also like teach you something that never mess with Medicare or Medicaid and innocence until the money runs out. Mm.
Young, they've been doing scams like this for years. For
Yes,
years.
yes.
It's like that's why when you get certain calls from numbers you don't know about, you don't answer unless they're gonna leave a voicemail. If the voicemail is something where they telling you want some money or call back, they gonna illegally lock you up if you don't call back. You get the FBI, the police involved. It's a scam.
That yeah, I feel like that's their responsibility. That's what they got to deal with.
So I feel like they like I feel like Tony Allen got involved in something he did not know about.
Then hearing that Terrence Williams was the main lead, was the ringleader that planned this, like whoa. It was like then it's something more than this because how can my bad. It's something more to this because like how like
According to something more to this, we want no details till it fully come out. Like all the guys are out right now on bail. So like I said, they're gonna get an attorney and try to get this situation fixed. And some of them are gonna snitch on each other. Like you had a Portland Trailblazers assistant coach had to be on leave of absence where he probably ain't gonna be back no more being the assistant coach on Portland Trailblazers.
Well, I just want to know who was the one that ran the mouth, that rat the mouth. Who was the one that ratted? If out of all these players, who you think that ratted?
Probably Big Baby.
It was him. He did it.
Yeah, he gonna be sitting up on the court pointing fingers like.
I feel like who really snitched?
Big Baby is the type of person who would save his own ass instead of his family.
But who got arrested first? That was the problem.
I think Turner Williams got arrested first.
I think he did. I think he the one that opened his
I think somebody got arrested for a small Trump charge. He said, "Hey, like if you let me go, I can tell you about something that's really bad been going on. Because think about it, if you get arrested for like a little small charge, and they said you looking at like a couple years in prison, that person right there is gonna get different, saying like I got something bigger than that if you give me a deal. So basically, somebody got arrested for a small charge, and they were looking at time in prison. They said, no, 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 I can't do that much time in prison. So I got a bigger deal. I got a bigger deal for you if you let me do less time in prison.
Yeah. But yeah, but I feel yeah, but oh shit, but I feel bad for like cause all these players were doing good.
Feel
Like I
bad
said,
for none of them.
no, like I said with the D Mouse thing, cause he has a podcast that's popping, and now I feel bad for Quentin Richardson, cause what we don't know, he might be involved as well. And
Like I said, some of the guys did not know they didn't thought they was doing anything wrong.
yeah, but like you got the USA versus Terrence Williams, and then USA like who
Some of these players probably thought the league office were paying for this.
they thought yeah, but they didn't know that the federal or the USA is really taking this seriously.
Yeah, and this prostitute is trying to make a name for him and herself. See, right now, this prostitute is see like a way for them to move up in their career. Think about it. This prostitute to get these 18 NBA players time in prison. That's gonna help they move up their career where they can be a congressman, a governor, or a president.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry about that, yeah.
I'm telling you, this prostitute that don't give a damn about these players. The only thing they care about is trying to move up in their career right now.
Yeah, but like I never heard of this before. Like seeing like 8 players getting arrested for fraud, like healthcare fraud. Like whoa.
Like I said, none of these players didn't think they was doing anything wrong.
Yeah.
They
But then,
thought,
like yeah, it went to like 8 to like 18. Now it's 18 players involved. Like I was like,
But hey, if you go back young and Lou, I think me and Lou we'd already talked about this.
right.
If you go back and you go listen to my video, when I reported it on Clinton Porter's getting caught up as well as Joe Horn in the NFL, I
Mm-hmm.
said I said don't be surprised if you see it happening in other leagues.
Well, so
And,
they
and
might
and look what ended up taking place.
basketball. So they might go to the baseball. They might go after baseball.
I wouldn't be surprised because shout out to Carcino. Carcino made a very good point that the way with the way that the situation with the country, the way that it's going on, you know what I'm saying? He said a lot of people were struggling. He didn't say it in those exact words, but he was just saying that you won't be surprised how many people after their careers they go broke. They're not investing their money right or doing all this other stuff, so they get involved in illegal stuff or
Right.
white collar crimes and stuff like that.
Mm.
So I mean, you know, I feel. Do I feel terribly bad? The only thing that I feel bad is that these guys are facing like 20 years now. As far as Glenn Crybaby Davis, um, look, I'm not. Hey, young. I'm not one of the ones. Hey, yeah, karma's a bitch and all this other stuff. I'm not gonna say that. But at the same token, there you go. You see, when you put bad
let me,
energy out in the
let me break
universe,
it.
and
Let
you
him break
say
it
stuff
down,
about
guys.
people,
Mm-hmm.
and like he was talking down on Kyrie, hey, the universe takes care of that.
All right.
And he didn't.
Hold on.
Kyrie didn't do anything wrong, but he want to come out, oh, lucky this and lucky that, and like Raw and LB was saying, is lucky gonna save you now?
All right.
So I feel bad for some of them guys, and I expected more. I didn't think Tony Allen and
Darius
especially like
Garland.
Sebastian Telfair.
That
I
I was
Hold on,
surprised.
hold on. I thought Telfair was in prison.
No, he got out. I didn't know. To me, I expected Telfer to do something like that, but I really didn't expect Darius Bowles doing that. Like you gotta.
Nah, I knew about Darius Miles. Darius Miles got caught up with weed.
Yeah, but I was like, dude, you got a number one, you got the best podcast right now. It was like,
Yeah, I know,
I was like, what are you doing? I'm like, what is you doing?
I know.
I said, Q Rich gonna be pissed.
And then Ruben Patterson. I mean, you older than almost all of them guys. Man, you should know better.
Like I said, Polo, they didn't know. They thought what they were doing wasn't illegal. They thought they were making money from the league.
Man, please. They knew better. They knew better. And fraud is a white collar crime. Man, you
Right.
know better.
Did Joe Jackson know that he was betting on he was part of the part of that betting ring during the 1918 World Series?
Hmm.
Because at that time, Susan Joe Jackson could never read. His wife always used to read for him.
Right, right,
Even
right, 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 right.
when they brought him in to question him, they gave him a piece of paper, told him to sign it, put his name on there. And he didn't know how to spell his name. He would put an X. And they said he was involved in the whole thing when he really wasn't.
That's just like R. Kelly. I didn't know R. Kelly couldn't read.
Yeah, everybody knew that.
I didn't know he was illiterate until like maybe like a couple years ago. I didn't know that.
Like I said, like till everything really comes out about this whole situation, I'm not gonna judge certain people on this.
Hmm.
But big baby, remember, always hold your man booze and sing that song. My mistake, pet y'all boys in the yard. Yeah, right.
No, it was so shocking. Like Tony Allen one, the D Miles one, but Jamario Moon. That was surprising for me. Um,
Shannon Brown.
no, that was surprising because y'all he got arrested before, so it was surprising. Um, uh,
Shannon Brown's coaching career is over.
yeah. What is shocked me was C.J. Watson. I remember remember when Tiggy did an interview, we all had questions for CJ Watson. So I thought he was living normal and cool. I didn't know he was doing all that.
I'm pretty sure Ticket trying to get one of these guys he knows on his TV on his YouTube show to interview and then about the whole situation.
I don't know. I don't know if he could do it with those players situation. I don't know if he like if I would take I wouldn't talk about it. Mhm.
If they steal his content this time, they really owe Ticket money because Ticket can really sue them if they does do the interview with them.
Mm.
Like I said, I can see C.J. Watson, Ruben Patterson, all them getting real good attorneys to get them out. Oh yeah. Hey, Polo.